Hi, thanks for stopping by my channel. This is Anna's Aqua Home, where I love to sew, craft, and DIY. I love making things for my home and also to give away as gifts. Today I am working on a DIY project. We picked up, zoom over, we picked up this china cabinet, and it's not super tall. I'm running into the drawer, so it's not super tall. It's only about, I'd say maybe 6 feet. It's got glass doors on the front. These are really, really nice. It's got solid shelves, wood shelves that are really, really thick and really, really sturdy. It came with a cute little set of locks for the bottom drawers there. So I am super excited about this. So it was about $50 at a yard sale. It was originally over $100 and then they knocked it down. So we got it for about $50, but it is not my color. As you can see from the background, it's called Anna's Aqua Home for a reason, because there's lots of aqua in my home. This is not, so I'm gonna paint it. We got it home and I started over on this side. So I painted one little bit right here. Just to see how it would go. I'm using right here Sherwin-Williams, and then I don't know what color it is. I got these originally. My mom had a project that I did with her and it was aqua colors. So I've got 3 different aqua colors, and this is what I just put on the cabinet. I'm thinking of doing this lighter one on the inside and then probably combining these two since they're really, really similar. They look darker on camera than they are in real life. They're really light mint color, but I think I'm going to combine those so I have enough to do the whole cabinet. I do have calcium carbonate, so I could turn these paints into chalk paint. And I've got the anti-slung wax that I could do. I chalk painted a lot at my first job, which was working at an antique store. They carried a line of chalk paint, and so I spent a lot of time painting things and waxing things, so I'm familiar with that. But this is the first project that I think I've done like really for myself. I've never had a china cabinet. Most of the 8 years almost that we've been married, we've just had too small of a place to have a china cabinet, but we moved a bookshelf that was here and this cabinet went here, and this is where we put the Christmas tree in the winter. So we'll have to find a different place to put the Christmas tree when it finally comes that time of year, but I'm just so excited about this little cabinet. I'm thinking, so I have some books that I need to go in here. Probably not a lot of dishes. I'm going to be using this more as a bookshelf than a china cabinet, but I would love to maybe put some quilts up top to peek through, and then I have some music that I need a place for, and then I've still got a couple more shelves, so I'm really excited. I would love to even make some bookends for this. Most of our bookshelves are so cram-packed you can't really use bookends, but since I gave my husband the 2 bookshelves that we split, this is going to be like my own. So I'm painting it my color. I'm going to paint the insides. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy this journey as I put more aqua into my home. Alright, well, I have finished both coats. I did 2 coats on the whole piece, and I think it's turning out really, really well. I went ahead and put some of my quilts in here. These are like lap quilts, some baby quilts. There are a couple really special ones. This pink and blue one, that's actually like my mom made that, and I remember being wrapped up in that quilt. And so when she was giving away quilts a few years ago, saying if there's anything important, like when we all became adults, if there's any quilt you want, like be sure to grab it. I was like, I want this little pink and blue quilt because it holds so many memories for me. This is a hand-done vintage, probably antique now, wedding ring quilt, and I actually bought that with some of my own money when I was a teenager. I was saving up babysitting, and I actually bought this. I think it was on eBay, if I remember correctly. But I made this one, I've made these down here. This was one of my very first quilts to do. It's a little lap quilt, and it is a rail fence. It's really cute. So I've always wanted a cabinet that I could put my quilts in and kind of show through, and this one I think is going to work very, very nicely. They're a little squished in here. I need to like refold them so that they are in there a little bit better. So I have some of my music in here, and I've got lots of empty space that I want to do something with. I think pretty much any of the bookshelves in our houses so far, it's always been packed full with books. There was no room for decorations on there. There was no room for bookends. So now I actually have room to make this case pretty. There was a bookcase here, and my husband and I were splitting it. I had a few books on it and my music, and then he had most of the books. So we moved that to a back room. That's his bookcase now. He can fill it up. He works for a church, and that comes with just having a lot of books. So he's doing that. And this pretty one I get to do, I can put my quilts, I can put books, music, decorations. So I'm trying to think of what to use for bookends. We'll see definitely what I think. I think I'd like to make some, but until then, I'm going to jump through my stash of decorations and see what I can put on here. I bought this thing right here. It's a big suitcase. It's yellow. It's really thick. So I'm excited about what I'm going to be able to store in there. It adds a lot of storage here. But it was $22 at a local vintage shop, and I thought about it, and then I went back a few days later and got it, and it was 20% off. So it was like $18 and some cents. So I was thrilled with that. So these were my wedding colors. I did aqua, and then they said I needed another color, so I did a yellow. And so every time I see these matching together, I just think this is so pretty, so pretty. So here's what this is all looking like. I just did the bottom, just painted the very, very bottom, so I put some things under there. I've got my Hardy Boy collection on the bottom. I collected those as a teenager and was very, very proud of that collection, and I still have not grown out of that. I can't let those go. I put in so much work into thrift stores and vintage shops finding. I'm only missing 2 numbers. So here's what it is. It's not decorated on the inside, and then I still need to get a razor and go by and peel this off. So I'll probably show you that because that's a really good trick when you're getting paint off glass. But yeah, so far it is looking really, really nice. Gave me an opportunity to go add something to my decor, which I really, really like. So it is turning out well.